Hey, William. How you doing tonight? Get some folks in here and let's talk about a couple of things. And Larry, good evening. Gil, see some coming in here now. George, King George Loyola, how you doing? Gordon, good to see you. Chuck, hello to everyone. Kevin, Mike, popping in. Kevin, how's it going? Kevin Sprouse and Kevin McLaughlin, my two Kevins. Marvin Page, thank you for your emails, Marvin. So I've been putting in a lot of work because we're getting pretty serious about what's going on now. And our success is still continuing. I sure hope it does. Thanks, Marvin. So one of the ways that I've been working now is I know what I'm trying to overcome. As I mentioned last night. Okay, well here, Kevin, you're asking about my sister. Here's the deal with her, and she's actually, hey JP, she's actually doing terrible, but she's like most people in her situation. Um, they may not realize it, but the secret to happiness for all of us is hope. The secret to happiness is actually hope. What are you hoping to do in the future? If you don't have a future, if you don't have something to look forward to, if you don't have some hope, then you really don't have any life. And she has always hosted a siblings reunion on the beach, either Myrtle Beach or north of there in North Carolina, every summer. She is very affluent and she rents a huge beach house for all of us, and we get together and have great times together, great food and great fellowship. But this past summer, her husband was in clear, very bad physical decline, as she was too. But then he passed away, and now she's alone in that assisted living home, and she's not doing well at all. But she has informed her three daughters, my three nieces. Hey, Trish, and she's informed my three nieces that she fully intends to have a sibling reunion at the beach this coming summer. And so if she makes it to this summer, she's going to do it because her bank account will allow it, and she's going to want to do it because that's hope, and that's something to look forward to. So if she makes it this summer, I'll be coming back to South Carolina for that event, and hopefully, hopefully she makes it to that. But that's the story on her. She is not well at all, but she's holding on and hoping for something in the future. Um, so with our Baccarat, I know for sure. Hey, Patrick, I know for sure right now, if it comes up five in a row on either side, I'm playing them obviously. Um, Dora received her share. Oh gosh, yours is still in the wind. Well, they were both sent, so thanks, Gordon. Keep me thinking about it. Marvin says he lost his dad, and now his mom's in the same situation and elderly. Yep, my sentiments, Marvin, exactly. And thank you, Michael, for your prayers. And Marvin, yep, 62 years of marriage. They're kind of like the same thing. Um, but we know what I'm trying to overcome is the five of one and four of the other. It has to be precisely that. That's the trap for us, is five of one and four of the other. And so I've been working and working, and I can work the no bet here, and I can look back at the big board. The big board is the one that you can see real clearly what the history of things are. I'm going to show it to you here now because I don't even have to play tonight to show you that I can do this thing with no bet for 70 hands. That's a full shoe, 70, 72, 75, depending on how many cards they burn and depending on how many cards they have to take. But it's between 70 and 77 hands per shoe on this simulator. But if I go here and I go to the big board and I see this was what the first hand was, and it shows that the player won, and it shows that the player won with a natural. The player had a 9 and won with a natural. So we don't have a bet there. So then we have 2 of the bankers. So we would play a player bet, which would be that outcome right there, which would be a win. Now, I could go straight after the 2, but I decided that I want a fresh 2. So I didn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything there. And then we have a single banker win followed by 2 player wins, which would cause us to make a banker bet. So we would win another $100 there. Or on the banker, we'd win 95. So we'd be up 195. And then here, we have 2 players. And so we would play banker again, and we would win with that win right there. And that would be another $95. Yeah, Marvin, if you play, I'll show you here in just a second. But these are obvious wins, and we would already be finished because we'd have $400. We'd be gone. But if you watch here, after the 2, let me get this back over here. After the 2 banker wins, we would go to player for 3 plays. So we would play $100 and we'd lose because we're on player there. And we'd play $200, we'd lose, we're on player there. We'd play $400, we'd lose, we're on player still. But here we'd play $800 on banker and we'd win. Now, we'd lose $40 in the transfer, so we'd get $77.60, but we would win and get our money back because of moving off. The same thing would then happen here when we would go to the banker side there. We'd lose there. We'd go to player there, and we would win. So we would lose 100, 200, 400. We'd win the $800 bet right there. So then we have 2. We would have our money be gone by now. But then we have the 2 banker bets, and we'd win with that player bet. We wouldn't have a bet there. So there we would have the after the 2 players, we'd have 2 bankers, and we'd lose both those, but then we'd win that banker bet right there. So that would be 100, 200, we'd win the $400 bet. And there you can see it. Any of the 2s, the ones you don't play, but any of the 2s you're going to win on. Where you lose is if you have 5 and then 4. So that was kind of close there, but it was 3, 4, 7, not 5. And even there it was 3, 4, 6, not 4 or 5. And so it's the magic number, and I'm working on that magic number to find a way that that we're not going to lose, because our challenge is we can't have no losses. I can't tolerate any loss because we need to win every time. And so that's why I keep working and refining as I can, and getting suggestions from you guys as well to look at. So thank you for all that you guys are doing to put out information to me. I have every intention of getting to the casino tomorrow night. I did see interesting things, and this will be interesting to Chuck too. I don't know if Chuck has ever seen this, or if any of you have ever seen it. But last night no one was betting, and the table was full, but everybody wanted to watch a hand. And so the dealer did a non-betting hand and put the cards away. She waited a while. She did another one. She waited a while, and then she scolded the table and said, "This is the 3rd free hand. This is the last one. You're going to have to bet." And she dealt a 3rd hand, and that was the last one. She said, if nobody bets, we're just going to close down the table. And so it was all the Asians were at the table at the time. I'd already gotten our money, and I was observing what would have happened if we'd have kept playing, because I just wanted to see from an observation standpoint. And yes, we would have continued to win. So we're going to see, and hopefully tomorrow night turns out well for us also. But I will be going to the casino tomorrow night, and win or lose, I'll be coming on the air with a recap of what happened. And if you're available, tune in, and that way we'll see it. Hey, JP, yeah, it's interesting. You can just go right to the App Store, Richard, and you can find it. Okay, see, Chuck just chimed in. He said at his casino they do allow 5 ghost hands per shoe. That's what they call it when they deal without anybody betting. But by the 5th one, they say, listen, you got to play. Now, as long as somebody plays, nobody looks over at me and says, hey, why didn't you bet? Nobody does that. You don't have to bet. And as long as somebody bets, then the game is live. But I have never seen anyone say anything to a player as long as somebody makes a bet at the table. So, Richard, you're very welcome. So we'll say goodbye for tonight. You guys give me a like on the way out if you don't mind, and send me an email if you have any kind of question or at all, and we'll get to that. And Gordon, I sure hope yours is not in the wind much longer because there's cash in that envelope. But I'm going to figure out a way. The bank limits my ability to Zelle to $1,000 a month. So once I get to 1,000, they don't let me Zelle anymore. And so we've got to find a more streamlined way to get money to you. I'm not sure that cash is the way, but I don't mind doing it that way. I'm not sure if checks are the way because then there's a paper trail of money got sent. So we've got to figure out a smart way to do things. So thank you, Richard. Thank you, Marvin. Your Marvin Page says he's with Wells Fargo. Sometimes the bigger banks will give you $2,000 or $3,000 a month. My mom and pop bank holds me to 1,000, and so yeah, hello, sell 10, 15, 20,000. I don't know if I could do all that, but well, I definitely can't do it with my bank, Marvin. But maybe when I get to a bigger bank, we can do larger amounts of Zelles because Zelles makes it really easy to do. But I have a limitation, and then I run into a problem of how to get the money out to you guys. And we're coming up on March 31st when we're going to want to be planning money going back out to everyone. Yep, Kevin's talking about paying through crypto, and Angel has already mentioned that. So we're going to be examining that too. Stable coins. Angel doesn't just understand crypto. He just all he talks is crypto. He drives me nuts because he's got this liquidity and that fund and this X times, and he goes on and on until I have to walk out of the room on him. Okay, so guys, thank you very much. Thanks for hitting the likes on the way out, Gordon. Oh yeah, well, moving day is still in jello, Gordon, because of my my things that I've got to do. And thank you, Trish, very much so. I pray for her to move on to heaven according to God's plan, because she doesn't have quality of life right now, and but she is still trying to hold on to some hope, and I don't blame her for that. And baby sister is the one who always says, rage against the night. She says, don't you go peacefully, go screaming and hollering. So that's her theory. Anyway, no hub crypto, that's pretty good. Hey, thanks, Chuck. Yeah, tomorrow night we'll be going after it. And thanks, Larry. God bless you all. Hit me a like on the way out, and we'll be talking again soon. Michael Steinfeld, thank you. And thank you for your prayers, and everyone. I love you all. You know that. God bless you. We'll talk again soon.